So it is almost December and I'm freaking out because I still have so much to do before the holidays. So in this video, I'm going to show you my very quick and easy bullet journal setup for this month, which I'm actually going to be doing in my traveler's notebook because I don't have enough pages left in my bullet journal, which is not entirely a bad thing because I am considering moving back into a traveler's notebook system for 2020, but more about that later on. Just before we jump into the setup, I want to let you guys know of something really exciting I'm working on for the new year. I am completely redesigning and relaunching my blog with Wix, and I'm really looking forward to show you guys the process as well as the finished product very soon. Wix was kind enough to sponsor this video, and I greatly appreciate the support because their amazing platform has completely rekindled my love for blogging and sharing content with you on my website. The reason why I chose to work with Wix specifically is because it's a hands-on website builder that allows total creative freedom, which I'm all about. You can start with one of their beautifully designed templates and completely customize it using their advanced drag and drop tools. So no matter what kind of content you want to create, whether you just want to display your artwork or if you have an online business, with Wix you can create a clean and professional looking website, regardless if you're a beginner or an expert in design. So if you're interested in making your own website, then go to wix.com/go/mylifeinabullet. There will be a link at the top of the description box as well. So back to our setup. There's going to be no cover page for this month. I am leaving all the decorations for my house. I just didn't really feel like doing anything. I just wanted to focus on the planning part. So there's no theme, just functional stuff, because this year hasn't been the best by far, but I want to at least finish it strong. So I did my monthly calendar using some of my stamps, and by the way, I did use a lot of stamping in the setup just because I find it therapeutic and it kind of gives me the chance to think about planning and what I have to do without, thinking too much about it. But if you don't like stamps, you can of course use your own handwriting. I really wanted to include the first week of January just because I'm going back home for the holidays until the 3rd. So I wanted to have that in here as well. And I used a lighter color to kind of separate the 2 months. Oh, and of course I made a mistake right at the end. So I just tried to cover it up as best as I could. Next up is of course my master to-do list for the month, which I always separate into business and personal tasks. Normally I would dedicate a whole page for each of those categories, especially because this notebook is a little bit smaller, but I think it'll do for this month. So it's just a very basic list of the most important things I have to get done before I leave or before 2019 is over. And I left a little bit of space in case I need to add more. On the other page, I'm doing a habit tracker, even though I debated whether or not to do this because, the first half of December is going to be crazy busy and then the other half is holidays. So I'm sure my habits aren't going to be exactly on track. But like I said, I do want to finish this year strong. So I just put in the habits that are most important to me at the moment. By the way, those calendar stamps are a lifesaver. I highly recommend them before starting your 2020 setups because there's probably going to be a lot of calendars involved and this just makes it 10 times faster. Moving on to a gift shopping page where I stamped the title a little off center. So I just added this stamp to kind of balance everything out. I am going to set up this page off camera, of course, but basically I'm just going to list gift ideas, their prices, and then check them off once I've bought them. Next to it, I'm doing a packing list because, like I said, I'll be flying back home and I always like to make a list well before I travel so that anytime I remember something, I can just write it down in here. Another thing I like to do is make a list of all the things I should do just before I go, such as watering the plants and so on. I am very excited about this spread because it is for my 2020 journaling / planning setup. I've been having so many ideas for my planning and journaling system for the new year, and like I said, I am very much considering moving into a traveler's notebook system again because I love that flexibility, but this can be implemented in regular notebooks as well. But the idea is that I want to have several different inserts for different purposes, like one for future planning and permanent collections, one as a bullet journal, and a few other ones which are for either personal or creative purposes. As you can see, I just have so many ideas and I don't know which ones are gonna stick. We shall see, but I just wanted to create this spread to brainstorm before I actually start setting up for the new year. Finally, I am doing the spread for the first week of December, and I'm doing the layout that is typical for the Traveler's Notebook weekly inserts, where you have 7 rows, one for each day of the week. And this is very easy to set up, which is exactly what I wanted for the busy month of December. And of course, if you don't use stamps, this would be a lot quicker as well. In here, I have space for about 5 tasks, but if I do need more space for any given day, then I will start a running list on the next page, and I'm actually very excited to try this out and see how it works. Alright, so that brings us to the final flip through of this very simple monthly setup, and here's how it all turned out. By the time you're watching this, I'm probably already working on my 2020 setup because I'm really impatient to get started, so make sure you keep an eye out for that because the video will be coming very soon. Do let me know what plans you have for your 2020 setups. I'm really curious to hear, and also don't forget to check out the link for Wix as well as the links for everything I used in this video. I really hope you have an awesome month ahead, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!